Hello and welcome to the Quarter Blitz. This is our football show. It is Thursday, December 2nd, and week 13 kicks off tonight. How great, huh? We've got the 7-4 Cowboys at the 5-6 Saints. Saints are starting Taysom Hill, and the Cowboys are starting to get their weapons back. They're missing their head coach, Mike oh my gosh, what's his name? I totally just uh oh my gosh. If you're watching, you're seeing me. Mike McCarthy. My gosh. I totally just lost my mind there. Mike McCarthy will not be there because of COVID protocols, but Lamb is going to be back. Amari Cooper is supposed to be back, and um, Bob McAdoo is taking the reins as I think the interim head coach. So we'll see what happens there. But Cowboys, going into New Orleans to face the Saints, they are 6.5-point favorites. I think they get the job done tonight. The Saints have lost 4 straight for the first time since 2015. Dak is playing really well. Their defense is playing phenomenal. They just got to get it all together. Their offense has really been sputtering. It's really been missing a lot of those key components, key players. So hopefully they get a lot of those guys back. They start cooking a little bit. We always like to look at the stats, right? As we're leading into these games. They're first in total offense with the yards, the Cowboys. They're third in passing, 7th in rushing, 2nd in points at a little under 30 a game. The Saints offense has been terrible. Jameis started them off really good. He got hurt. Trevor Siemian stinks. And from there, Alvin Kamara's hurt. They just does not look good for New Orleans. But we've learned on these Thursday night games, this is the perfect night for the Saints to jump up and steal this thing, right? These Thursday games have been totally random. Both these teams played on Thanksgiving, so they got the full rest in. The Saints are 30th in total yards, 27th in passing, 19th in rushing, and 18th in total points. On the defensive side, the Cowboys defense, it's ranked 26th. I think it's played better than that. They just let up so many big plays. They've let up so much passing. They're 13th in rushing, 27th in passing. The Saints, they'll stop you from running the ball. They're third, but they can't stop you from throwing it. They're 23rd and then 12th total. So this is going to be an interesting game. I'm going with the Cowboys. I think they win big, even though part of me thinks, oh my gosh, it's a Thursday. It's going to be mad out there. What's going to happen? And will they get the win? And I really, truly would not be surprised if the Saints get the win tonight. I really wouldn't. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to get the job done. I think they're going to get it done in a big way. I think having so many of their receivers, of their athletes back is going to make a huge difference. So that is tonight. We've got a ton of games leading into the weekend, and we'll talk to those as we're going. Let's see here. No Alvin Kamara, no Ryan Ramczyk, no Tyrion Armstead. I mean, the Saints are shorthanded. Those all were announced a few hours ago. Let's look at a couple things were released here today. Let's look at the players and rookies of November. So let's look at the AFC. These are the awards. Jonathan Taylor was the offensive player of the month. J.C. Jackson from New England, cornerback. Special teams, Tommy Townsend. Punter from the Chiefs. In the NFC, Justin Jefferson from Minnesota, the receiver. Robert Quinn, the linebacker from Chicago. And Jake Elliott, the kicker from the Eagles. Now, Justin Jefferson had so many huge games as the Vikings offense has looked awesome and then iffy, but awesome. But he's kind of been that consistent guy. Same with Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's just been running over people. Even when the Bucs dared the Colts to throw, he still came close to 100 yards basically off one drive. That's himself. The offensive rookie of the month is Mac Jones. Defense is Micah Parsons from Dallas. We'll see Micah and the Cowboys tonight. So, excuse me. So that's a little bit about what's going on with the awards. Are any of those surprising? No. Mac Jones has been on an absolute tear. Excuse me, I had to get a drink, a little dry throat there. But we'll see what happens with him as they continue to develop. And the Patriots are rolling. So, of course, he's going to get some accolades. Let's see here. What else we got? J.J. Watt, is he going to come back? Well, they think he could be free and free from any stipulations or movement issues if the Cardinals get to the playoffs. So we could see a little J.J. Watt return once the playoff comes for the Cardinals. So we'll see what happens there. The Seahawks signed Adrian Peterson to their practice squad. Adrian's getting old. AP's getting old. We love him. He was awesome, but he's getting old. He's getting a little slower. Can't quite make that cut like he used to. Get their cut and boom. He did okay for the Titans. Just nothing to write home about. Also with the Seahawks, Russ is not cooking. He's not even close to cooking. And Pete Carroll is saying that he doesn't need rest, he needs reps. So we'll see what happens there. Russ's time is going to be done in Seattle. I think personally, I think it's going to be done. I think he's going to move on. I think it's time for him to probably move on. So we'll see what happens there. But is it going to get to a point where can they get anything left out of Adrian Peterson? Could AP do anything for them to continue to hopefully take some of that stress away? Because putting it all on Russ is just not working right now. He's just not looking good. Let's see. Texans have designated Christian Kirksey to return. He had thumb surgery. It's a big addition for the Texans. They play the Colts this weekend, so we'll see. He's a really good linebacker. Garrett Bowles is back for the Broncos. He was on the COVID list. And a few other smaller things here and there. But anyway, that's the news right now about what's going on. The Pro Bowl vote is out, and there's just a ton of those different teams pushing their agenda for their players, things like that. Really tonight, there's all kinds of stuff. Top 5 vote getters so far: Jonathan Taylor, Travis Kelce, Cooper Kupp, Myles Garrett, and then Tom Brady. Really, at the end of the day tonight, Cowboys and Saints, that's going to be the center of the NFL world. The football world is still talking about the college football moves. What's Oklahoma going to do? It appears defensive coordinator from Notre Dame is going to get elevated to head coach. You look at these NFL teams, there's going to be a lot of interesting decisions to be made at the end of the season. Is Pete Carroll going to stick around in Seattle? Is Cliff Kingsbury going to maybe make a move back to college for a gigantic pay raise? What else we got out there? Miami, they appear to be circling the wagons a little bit. They're playing a little bit better. Houston, what are we doing there? I know we got new leadership, but they stink. What are we doing with Deshaun Watson? There's so many questions with the NFL leading up that there's some of these games that you just kind of want them to check off the list. Like tonight, the Cowboys should roll over the Saints. Now, yes, you play the games. You put them out there. You roll the balls out. You never know what's going to happen, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, the Cowboys should have no problems. The Saints are beat up. They're struggling. They don't know their identity. They don't truly have a quarterback. And the Cowboys are starting to get everybody healthy, and they need to make a run here into the playoffs. So will that happen? Hopefully. Hopefully that's, hopefully for Dallas' sake, hopefully. But for the Eagles' sake, hopefully they struggle a little bit, So that's kind of what's happening tonight. There's all kinds of different things going out there, rumors and everything. We'll see who comes back. We're not going to dig into the weekend games until tomorrow and Saturday when we get ready for what is going to be coming this weekend. There's a bunch of big games coming. It's week 13. It's amazing to me that, being in Indianapolis, I'm a Colts fan. We play this weekend against Houston, and then we have our bye. They're going to be like 13 games in before they get their bye here. So interesting stuff like that. There's a bunch of teams still getting their bye as they're getting ready to take the final stretch there. So anyway, that's it for us. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. Before we do so, let's look at the division leaders. We got the Patriots, Ravens, Titans, Chiefs. Who's the most ideal to who's the most vulnerable? I think the Titans. I think the Colts are still coming. Who's going to be kind of locked in? I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs have turned it on, and I think they're going to hold off the Broncos and the Chargers. NFC, you've got the Cowboys, Packers. Who else we got? Bucks and Cardinals. And I think the most susceptible is they're all pretty solid, right? I mean, Arizona's going to win their division. I don't trust them in the playoffs, but they're going to win. The Bucks have come alive. They're 3 games up. So they're going to win that division. Cowboys are 2 games up. If Cowboys win tonight, I think they can stroll easily to the playoffs. And 3.5 game lead for the Packers. It's set too. So I think the Packers are a shoo-in to win their division. Cowboys are most likely to struggle amongst the division leaders. But anyway, you got a lot of teams that are still in it. I mean, we talked about this before, but Jets are out of it. Texans are out of it. Jaguars are out of it. The Steelers are teetering. The Browns are teetering. The Raiders are teetering. Giants are out of it. Panthers are out of it. The Saints are probably out of it tonight. The Falcons are probably out of it this weekend. Seahawks are out of it. Lions are out of it, and probably the Bears. So, I mean, you still got, out of 32 teams, you still probably got 20 teams that can make the playoffs. So it's an interesting situation right now to be involved with. But tonight, we're going with the Cowboys. We think that they get the job done. And comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think will be going on with all the teams and the action coming this weekend. But tonight is the big one down in New Orleans. Let me know who wins, and we'll talk to you later.